Hey world! My name is Ladidra Maris. I am the author of the newly released book titled A Heart Unraveled. I am so excited. You have no idea. No idea how excited I am because it's published, it's released. I've been working on A Heart Unraveled for, I don't know, since 2013. God first gave me the vision for A Heart Unraveled um, in 2013, and I had no idea what was going to be in the book, what I was going to write about. The only thing that I knew was it was to be titled A Heart Unraveled, and I knew what the heart was supposed to look like. I had no idea what I was getting ready to go through to put in the book. I had no idea. Now, things that happened from childhood are also in the book. So, yes, of course, those I knew about. But some of the stories happened in 2013 that added on to it. A lot of the poetry that's released in that book happened in the year of 2013 or 2014. And I released it. So, all glory goes unto God. God is the reason this book is in full manifestation, and I give all glory unto Him. I was simply obedient to the voice of God. So I just thank God. I just thank God. So I have enough excitement for you, myself, my family. I'm excited about the book, which brings me to why I'm creating this video. Um, I want people to know what the book is about. And I want people to get to know me as the author. A lot of people have purchased the book. I am extremely grateful, thankful for your support and your love in behind the vision that is in full manifestation. I'm so thankful for you for supporting it. You have no idea. And then there are those who would love to support it and they see the book cover or you've seen it on different pages and you love to support it, but you just want to know more about it. You may want to know more about me because everybody don't know me. And I'd love to know more about you, and I'd love to know how the book has been a blessing to you. So this video is created with others in mind so that you can get to know me on a more personal level and understand why the book is in existence. So, to tell you more about me, again, my name is Ladidra Maris. I am the wife of Charles Maris. I am extremely, extremely thankful for my husband. I give praises, I celebrate my husband because though I had the vision in 2013, my husband literally birthed this book out of me. My husband walked me through some of the most trying moments that are in the book. He walked me through reliving them as I had to write them and put them in the book. So I just really thank God for my husband. And I can't express enough that it is critical that you are equal. Whomever you are thinking about marrying, it is critical that you become equal. Do not marry if you are unequally yoked. Do not. They will interfere with the purpose that God has for your life, which means they're not from God, which means they're from another source. So, um, I'm really thankful for my husband. I'm really thankful for all that he has done and the support of fulfilling dreams. I am so thankful. Together we have three boys, and anybody who has boys know that we stay active because our boys keep us active. And so I'm thankful for that because together our family has come together And we have been able to experience the love of God through one another in ways that we had never experienced before. And that's because we allowed God to use us to bring his love forth. And the love of God is transforming, life changing, powerful. The love of God is gentle, it's magnificent, it's security, it's all that you could ever hope for, imagine, dream. The love of God. Um, a Heart Unraveled is about the love of God. It is my story. It's a journey through my heart where you get to read about experiences that I've had uh, coming up, whether it was abuse, the rage that I had on the inside of me, um, low self esteem, needing to be validated by others, people pleaser, um, constantly carrying my past, um, being um, going to church a lot, but not really experiencing God. That story is called The Prodigal Daughter. Um, I, I had some things to happen to me where I veered off from what I knew, and God waited for me to come back unto Him. He fought for me. God carried me. So when He says in His Word, "My sheep, they know my voice," prodigal daughter, I knew His voice when He called me back. Um, a lot of things are in the book. I titled it A Heart Unraveled because I needed for my heart to be renewed. Um, Sometimes we can carry secrets, hurts, wounds. We can carry things in our heart and we think that we're over them. We think that, I'll just move on. I'll just move forward because we hear so many people say, don't stop moving. Keep moving forward. Just go on. Leave that where it is. But if you leave it where it is, then it stays where it is. And thus, all of your decisions that you make are contaminated because you're making decisions out of a heart of filth, not a heart that's been dipped in the love of God, not a heart that's been transformed, not a heart that is a reflection of God. No, you're making decisions out of a heart that has encountered some abuse, out of a heart that has encountered um, bullying, or out of a heart that has encountered fear. I mean, and there's so many things that so many people encounter, but a heart unraveled leads you, as I was led, it leads you into the love of God, allowing Him to cleanse you with His word step by step. I have about 7 short stories in this book. Every short story is different. Again, it's about things that I dealt with. And you can probably be saying, okay, well, if you dealt with them, how is that beneficial to me? Because my issues, everybody has had these issues. I wasn't just I wasn't just selected just to go through these issues and then not turn around and be a blessing to other people. I was selected, I was chosen by God. And a lot of the issues that I faced, God allowed it, but I chose it. I chose it because I thought that it was good for me. Um, I chose things because I thought this person loved me. I chose things because I hadn't experienced the love of God. And again, that's what I'm leading people to do in a Heart Unraveled. I want everyone to bring their heart unto God. Don't point at anybody else. Don't look at anybody else, but look at you. Bring your heart to God and present it to him because he already knows. God already knows what's in the heart. God says in his word, I'm not like a mere man. I don't look at your outer appearance. The outer appearance means nothing. If your heart is not in alignment with God, God looks at the heart. And you can see so many beautiful people, but their heart is contaminated. So therefore, they're not beautiful. The heart releases all that you are. And I had to be honest with myself as I just had to be honest with myself. And that's my prayer for a lot of people who read A Heart Unraveled. Yes, I went through some things that I would not wish upon my worst enemy. But if I had not have gone through them, I would not have experienced God as my husband. And when I experienced him as my husband, which you see in the word, God says, you're my bride. He tells the husbands love your wife as Christ loves the church. We are the church. I'm the church. I had no revelation of that. I had no idea that I was the bride of God. I had no idea. And so people that came into my life, businesses that came into my life, relationships that came into my life, associates, friends that came into my life, I allowed people to mishandle me because I did not know who I was, nor did I know who really lived within me. I had to come to understand who I was. And it came by constantly going before God, falling back into the arms of God. A Heart Unraveled. It's a compilation of short stories and prophetic poems. And as I've said, the short stories are about my life. The poems, I've been writing poetry since I was 12, under the hands of my mother and my oldest brother, who have both transitioned. I give them much love, much love, because they are the ones that told me, don't ever stop writing. They're the ones that helped me to understand prophetic writing because they both operated in it. And so I've been writing poetry for God since I was 12. And since I was 12, we've always had encounters. And the thing about the poetry in the book is he allowed me to write in mysteries what was going on or who he saw me to be, even when I wasn't that person. he would reveal to me who I was to him. He'd reveal to me what I needed to do to get out of it. He revealed to me what was going on in the spirit realm that you can't see in the natural, nor can you see with your natural eye. So the stories walk you through how to overcome, whether it's your past, whether it's rage, whether it's low self-esteem, whether it's loneliness, whether it's depression, whether it's you've left God and you don't know if he wants you back. I'm here to tell you he wants you back. No matter what the situation is, there's a short story that can apply to everyone, and it's not just for grown-ups. I'm 31. I started encountering some of this stuff when I was a little girl. Stuff that I saw rage in operation. I saw things that happened toward people that said they loved other people. I saw people in rage trying to take other people's lives. I saw some things that had rage written all over it. And I thank God for my mother and my father. I thank God for them because even though they saw some things, even though they had to deal with some things, even though they had encountered some things from associates or other family members, they still loved. And once you read my story, you'll find out how I had to learn how to be love. I had to learn how to be love. And I know that sounds strange, but what I'm really saying is I had to learn how to become one with God because he is love. I heart Unraveled. If you have not experienced the love of God, you're not living. If you have not experienced the love of God, then you don't know what love is. I didn't know what love was, which is why so many people were able to lie to me and tell me that they love me. So many people were able to talk about me or misuse me or mishandle me. I didn't know what love was. And God walked me through. And I put all of this in the book because I need for somebody else to know what I know. I need for somebody else to experience what I've experienced. And I'm talking about experiencing the love of God. I understand that God allowed me to go through that abandonment, that divorce, because I needed to know that I had a husband that loved me, and it was him. I had never viewed God as my husband before. Isaiah 54:5. For your maker is your husband. The Lord of hosts is his name. And people get married because their friend got married, or they want the best wedding, or they just want to look good in a bride's dress, or I'm just ready to have sex, so I'm just going to get married. I just want to get married, or I'm going to get married because somebody else is pressuring me into marriage. And you fail to realize, I failed to realize, God was my first husband. You should never get married to anybody until you are married to God first. This is not a contest. This is not about trying to be better than the next person. It's about knowing God. It's about experiencing God. It's about letting God love you. And when we don't let God love us, we hold on to things. We hold on to people because we think that if I have this person in my life's going to be a little bit better. Or if I'm at this church, I'm going to be a little bit better because at this other church, I had to deal with this. Or with this person, I had to deal with this. With this right here, I had to deal with this. At this business, I had to deal with this. At this job, I had to deal with this. And what you fail to realize is that everybody is changing except for you. So you're taking the problem, yourself, your heart of mess, you're taking that to every new thing you go into. And then you wonder why you have the same results. A heart unraveled causes you to look at you, which is what I had to do. I had to look at me, and I had to be real with myself and say, you are not as good as you think you are. And that's sometimes tough for somebody to say to themselves. You're not as beautiful as you think you are if your heart does not mimic the word of God. When God told me that, and I just told it to you, when God told me that, I fell. I fell to my knees because I needed him to clean up the mess I had made. I needed him to clean up all that I had carried, and I thought that I wasn't carrying it. I thought I was over it. I thought that I was fine. But I needed him. And no matter how big the mess was, he never turned away from me. He never rejected me like some people have done to either you, or I know it's happened to me. But he never rejected me. He still loved me. Took his love and cleaned up my mess. And then he had me to understand what love really was. He told me, he said, you have got to sit down with me. You've got to sit down with love to understand what love is. You can't keep allowing this counterfeit love to come in and tell you lies. And then when you don't do what it wants you to do, it makes you feel bad. I would never do that to you. I freely ask you for your love. I freely give you my love. And I came to the realization, yeah, he does. God, you freely give me your love. And even when I make a mistake, he doesn't say, you know what? I'm done with you. He don't do that. No. He continues to help me. He continues to shape me. He continues to mold me. He continues to clean up my mess. A heart unraveled. Allowing God to peel back the layers of hurt. God, here's my heart. My heart doesn't look like you. And I can be woman enough, I can be man enough to tell you that it don't look like you, because you told me that you are a rewarder of those who diligently seek you. I'm seeking you. I'm being honest with you. I'm presenting it to you because I need you to help me fix it so I can stop making the decisions I've been making, because my judgment is all wrong. My judgment is off of hurt. I am operating from a heart of filth. So therefore, all of my decisions stem from filth. They don't stem from truth. They don't stem from wholeness. They stem from filth. Stems from hurt. When we can be honest with ourselves, transformation can take place. And the woman or man we have always wanted to be will emerge. Because that's what's happening to me. That's what has happened to me. That's what will continue to happen to me. Because God loves me. And He loves you. And it's not His intentions for you to walk around with so much hurt. Your blood pressure is going through the roof. Stress levels are extremely high. How can that be when God said in His word that healing is in Him? That we were made in His image. How can it be that your body is the opposite of the image of God? The enemy of God is the enemy of you. And if you don't clean your heart, you're giving him ammunition. You're giving him things to use. He's only using what you give. He cannot recreate. He's not a creator. God is a creator. Satan cannot create. He has to use what is already there. And if you don't take the initiative and approach your own hurt, your own self, approach your own heart, then you are pretty much saying, here, Satan, use whatever you want to use. And God is saying, I gave you too much authority for you to hand it over like that. Please come to me. Please let me heal you so that you can be whole, so that you can fulfill purpose, so that you can walk in divine alignment, so that you can fulfill that I have for you. I have so much more for you. Why are you settling? I too had to answer those questions. And again, a heart unraveled is not about pointing a finger at other people. It's about looking at you. It's about taking ownership and being accountable for what you do. Because when you can be accountable for what you do, what you have done to other people, what you allow in your life, I promise you, the rate of your stress, the rate of the drama will decrease. Because then you'll begin to set boundaries. You'll begin to see counterfeit love before it even makes it here, and you'll decline it. Why? Because God said, I am worth more. God said, I am the apple of his eye. God said, I am his bride. He said, I don't have to take this. God said that he loves me unconditionally. God said, perfect love casts out all fear. God said, I died for you that you might be free. God died for me that I might be free. A lot of people are in prison of their own fears. You don't need a jail cell. You have your fears for that. You have your hurt for that. and you keep running behind people who keep hurting you, and you're trying to figure out why. Heart Unraveled helps you to understand, like God helped me to understand. See, for me, my prayer is that everybody experience the real love of God. For me, that's great fulfillment. Money is no comparison. People, it's no comparison. And you can have people that really love you. I love my children wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I love my boys. But even my love for my children does not match the love that God has for us. I'm still striving. I'm still learning about his love so that I can give it to my children, which are his children. I'm still learning about it. His love is unmatched. And I invite you to experience God for all areas of your life.